Just standing there, all of a sudden, like, what, a pterodactyl just fly off.
Man, help me!
And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Media Leon, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube or any sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try, for giving us a listen. We're just a Singaporean duo that are fascinated by time travel. Speaking of time traveler fans, once again, I'm joined by my KopiBro, Mr. Brandon. Brandon, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
And now you drink coffee? No.
I am drinking white coffee.
Transparent coffee.
You can't tell, but this is kopi siu dai.
Nespresso.
Oh.
Nespresso too. Good old safe Nespresso. But Brandon, for this week's episode, instead of talking about normal sit down stuff, actually I wanted to tell you that, do you know what I found?
What is that?
That is the keys to a DeLorean! For those of you that do not know what's a DeLorean, that is the time-traveling car from Back to the Future. And for this week's episode, we're going to be doing a time travel episode. First off, before we enter our DeLorean, right, and then we sort of go to the places that we want to go, we're just going to limit it down to 3 each, okay? So you get to pick 3 places, then after I get to pick 3 places. Yeah. So essentially what we're going to do is that we're going to go back in time and then sort of go to the events that we wish we could have attended if we were alive in that time. So it's if you could time travel, what are the things that we want to go and see in the past or this. But I also want to ask you, right, if we could sort of travel into the future, Brandon, would you rather sort of go to a very long time in the future? So let's say in the year 3000, so you can really go and see what the heck is so different between now and then, right?
Yeah.
Or would you want to maybe see 30 years down the road, 40 years down the road to go and see maybe what's your son doing how's your life doing? Do you know what I mean? If you had the choice, if you could only go back and there and back once.
Honestly, let's say honestly, right? I'll just go next week. Then I'll remember the 40 number. Then I come back. Then I'm like, wow, I'm in the 40. I won.
Or for real, that's
Let's say, of course, you can't change the future. Let's say whatever the Back to the Future says, you mess up the entire thing. But you can just go and see and don't change anything. And you cannot take anything back. Then honestly, I feel like for me, especially with a kid, I will always go with I want to see how my son is doing.
Okay.
What is his life like? Especially if I'm no longer around,
Yeah. You want to see is he married? What school did he go to?
Basically a review of his life. Or because it's you know that you'll be there to see it through somehow. It's wow, I can't wait for the end of the movie to know everything. It's you're excited to watch the full movie, but the anticipation eats at you.
Yeah, in a way, it's sort of you get a glimpse of what's going to happen. So it's just get a small little snapshot to go and see what your son's life will be or what your life will be in the future lah. But do you find, right, that actually one of the things I actually wanted to talk to you about, if you go into the future or you go into the past or whatever, right, do you think that we're going to be doing this as fly on the wall observers, or do you think that if we do something wrong, it might affect the timeline? You get what I mean?
I get what you mean. That's what I said. So that's why I said I wouldn't of course, unless it's a very, very drastic future of my son, then I will want to change things. But if you imagine I was ever telling Amanda before, have you watched a movie About Time?
Yes!
Yes, right,
I'm just gonna say, I love it.
Oh
love
my
that
god,
movie.
yes, I love that movie. So even that movie is like, you can change the past and everything, but certain things, the moment you change, right, like just a minuscule change, right, will change like your entire life, like certain things in your life that you would never take back. So it's like sometimes you don't notice that, you don't realize that the small changes, like in the end, affect your dream. So it's like the biggest thing, like I say, in the movie that eats at me, right, is that the guy, before I had a kid, I had a kid, I didn't understand, like, he went back to change the past. Then after that, like the fact that his sister got into it, became a drug alcoholic. Then after that, like got into a car accident. Then her life was in shambles. So he changed the past. Then he came back. But then after that, the kid that he had was a completely different kid.
Yeah, because a chain of events might change certain things.
Correct. The timing that you do, like it could be from a different day, a different time. Like smallest thing can change it. So in the end, even though you do have a kid, but end of the day, it's still your kid. And I believe that when he comes back, he will remember all the memories of the kid, like this new kid as well. But the fact is that, like, are you willing to like accept all that changes to change? In the end, he reversed everything back because he knows. It's like I didn't.
Can't live with it, yeah.
So previously I was just thinking, okay, actually, before I had a kid, I was like, actually, it's still your kid. You get what I mean? It's still your kid. You have all. In the end, you still have like new memories of all the memories of this kid as well. But then after I had Bradley, right, it's just like, wow. Honestly, you give me the hardest choices in life is like, if I could change like biggest moments in my life, my biggest regrets, right? But then after that, I wouldn't have Bradley, right? Will I still could go forward with that decision? In my honest opinion, I don't think I can. Like, I cannot imagine my life with a different baby, like, other than Bradley. So it's like, wow. Like,
yeah, man, yeah. I agree. Plus, the one thing about that movie that I really love is the relationship he has with his father.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like, the father that you can bond through your experience with time travel.
Correct.
Yeah. Then the scene where they know that it's like the last time that they can time travel together.
Correct.
I was like,
that was damn hard, painful. Like the one where he let the father win table tennis, and he was like, this is the first time he won in the past, like how many years. Then after that,
yeah.
Then the moment they share a look, then they know.
They know.
They know. Yeah.
Wow, what a great movie, man. I gotta go and rewatch that movie.
Yeah. And Rachel McAdams, honestly, when I first saw the lead actor, I was a bit like, ayo, why they put this lead actor together with Rachel McAdams? But after I watched the movie, I was just like,
yeah, he fits that role. He's not not too good looking, not just like a very like common man. Then some more the fact that he's like a bit ginger, so he's like a bit weird.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah. Then like, and then that's the reason why like his personality, he fits so well together with like the father. Then even the mother is a bit quirky. The father is the one that is like really, it's like his rock. And I was just like, wow.
The sister is also a bit weird.
Yeah. Take after the mom. Take after the dad. Wow, honestly, what a great movie.
Plus, it introduced us to Margot Robbie, who ended up becoming like a superstar.
Yes.
Yeah, great movie. Time travel movies, we can do that on another. Yeah, there are a lot. Okay, but for this week's episode, we're going to be doing a time travel episode. We already got the keys to the car. So we're going to be going to 3 things. First off, each of us will get to go to a concert/event. Number 2, it'll be a moment in history. So like any sort of moment that you want to go and witness or anything like that. And lastly, it will be a moment for our history. So something that we want to relive in our own lives. All right. Brendan, are you ready? Let's strap in. It's such a bad skit. Oh, you're driving, not me.
Take the car, bro.
All right. We'll head to yours first. Okay, let's get right into the Delorean episode. All right, Brandon. First off, where are we heading to? First, our concert/event. Where are you going?
The concert that I'm going for is actually a concert that my father actually told me a lot about in the past, because he told me that it's one of the best concerts that he ever went for. And he told me that no other concert will ever match up to it. And especially I feel it's also because like in the past, like concerts didn't have a lot of rules, especially in Singapore where your concerts have a lot of rules, like there's a lot of barriers, you can't like carry people on your shoulder, there's a limit to the event, which is of course is to help everybody to enjoy the event as well. But so the first event is the Michael Jackson concert. Oh.
Your dad went to the Michael Jackson concert.
Yeah. I was shocked also. He went to a Michael Jackson concert. I don't know which, I don't know which country. But he went to a Michael Jackson.
Man.
It's crazy, right? I was like, huh? You went for a Michael Jackson? That's like, yeah. It's the best concert ever. I was like, huh?
What? You know how rare it is to get a ticket at that time? I'm guessing it was maybe like 90s or early, has to be 90s before you?
Before I was born. I think 80s.
Yeah, maybe early 90s.
Late 80s, late 80s, I think.
Oh, that's mad. The late 80s is like his prime, right? Like
prime. Oh,
insane. So, like, what did he explain? Like, the concert was like maybe because of his.
He said like, he said even before he even come out, right, the atmosphere of everybody shouting like Michael, what the hell, man? It's like thunder. He said it's like thunderous, He said it's like your heart is pumping. Like it's like you can never understand. You say that when you're there, you can never understand why everybody faint, right? It's that it gets your heart going. Like you get so pumped up for it, right? That
euphoric.
You just it's like and the fact that I'm guessing also because it's freaking it's crazy hot, like thousands and thousands of people squeezing into one area. But the fact that like when you're in the area when the atmosphere gets lifted up with it, it's like you can't help but together because it's like although you're so packed, right? But then it's like that's why I asked him, it's like it's so crowded, you can enjoy yourself, man, you can breathe, man. He said, honestly, like the moment he came on, right, it's like, wow, it's like, the way he take the stage, the way he sing, it's like, and the thing is, he, like, to us, it's like, we are so hot, right? But he sang and danced for, like, the entire, those hours that he danced, right, and sing, right? Like, his voice, like, like, you can tell it's really live. Because at that point of time, like, I'm guessing it's like, there's no such thing as like,
it's a bit hard to lip sync. I mean, it's not so like,
it's not as easy as now, So the way is, he said, like, honestly, it's crazy. We were like looking at him perform for so long, right, and like going, like, like doing his best, and like, he the dance and the sing. It's like the first, like, because my dad went for a lot of other concerts that he really like. He went for, I think he went for Rod Stewart. He went for Bryan Adams. And he said he loves them. He loves them as well. But the thing is, it's like a very different kind of concert. It's like
It's like there's a band or this, but there's something about when you see a performer perform.
Yes.
It's different. It's like when you see someone that can control a stadium or like control a mic or whatever. It's just like wow.
Correct.
It's different.
And it's like it's you're in for a it's like you're in for a show. You're not watching like not a concert. You're watching like a show, like literally like a dancers, like it's like an entire experience. It's not just like you're watching just a concert. You're watching people play music. You're watching like from dancers to the what, and like we mentioned before on one of our podcasts that he used to do the was it him? He did the jetpack out of the stadium. Yeah, so I just checked. It was him. Like at the end of his concerts, right, the Dangerous tour, right. And this is 1992, the year we were born, right? Where jetpacks is like so crazy. So he will at the end of the concerts, right? He will always fly out of the stage, right? Out of the arena with a jetpack.
Oh my goodness! Like by himself, or like with someone? Like I'm sure, hopefully someone fly with him, right? On the thing.
No, by him. I think it's like by the airport time, it's by himself. But then after a stunt double will like fly back. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's the illusion that it's him. Yeah, Oh, it's quite crazy, yeah. Right.
I was thinking like a Tom Cruise. Like I'm gonna do my own stunts.
Yeah.
Somewhat so if he was dating it 1993 and before, right? Because it has to be before you.
Yeah, before.
1992 and before you, right? So it's like, at that time, it was the Bad album. So it's like the Bad. Man in the Mirror, Smooth Criminal, Dirty Diana, the Thriller. Beat It, Human Nature, Billie Jean. Oh my goodness, man. Then, only like 1991, then it's like, like Black and White. Will you be there? This type of thing. But I think later after that, it's like maybe he didn't get to see maybe what was that song? They don't really care about us. Or like that type of songs. Like you still got to see like
the bigger hits. The biggest hits like the Billie Jean. Wow, my God.
Yeah, man. Do you have a favorite Michael song?
Honestly, right, my favorite Michael song is actually Man in the Mirror.
Oh yeah. That's a nice song. Yeah. I like the way you make me feel.
Oh my gosh, that's my second also. Like, but it's different. It's a different feeling. And honestly, the way you make me feel it's not a very. I realize not many people know that song. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it's like I don't know how to explain. When I hear it, I'm like, I feel like happy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's one of the. Do you watch that documentary? This Is It, the one where they sort of.
Oh yes, that like they sort of like did like a hollow.
No, it's like they filmed him doing the process of his last concert, but he died halfway.
Yeah. That was like a documentary that they were filming halfway before he passed on, right? Yeah.
And I mean, he's a king of pop for a reason. So, yeah. Michael Jackson. Yeah. I mean, controversial things aside, I mean, if you want to go to that concert, I'm sure it would have been like amazing. I mean,
honestly. To be at the very front, oh my gosh, it'll be crazy. Yeah.
All right, Michael Jackson. I think that's a great concert for us to go to. Okay, give me the keys. Now I'm heading over there.
Take it away. Where are we going? Where are we going, bro?
We are going to the year 1985.
Oh,
and we're going to Wembley to watch Live Aid and watch the Queen play the 1985 concert.
My gosh.
Yeah. I mean, widely renowned as the greatest sort of 25 minutes of music ever. Yeah, because at that time also, if you watch that movie Bohemian Rhapsody, I think they give you a glimpse of what went behind the scenes at the time. They stopped performing for I think 1 or 2 years or something like that. So it took them a lot to go and ask Freddie, you come back just for one more
one more show, right?
Yeah. And if you want to talk about that show, right, the Live Aid, okay, there were other huge artists that were performing. So Paul McCartney performed, The Who performed, David Bowie performed. There was a lot of people that went to perform, but no one remembers that they performed.
Remembers any of that? Yeah, no one remembers that performance. Honestly,
yeah.
It's like when you think of that concert, that show, you straight away go to Queen.
Queen, bro. And then when you see that performance live, especially if you watch Bohemian Rhapsody and you see the side by side,
oh my gosh, the side by side YouTube video, right? I watched it so many times. Wow.
Yeah, it's really very amazing. Plus, if you want to say control a stadium, right? What that dude, right? He can really control a stadium, man.
Man. I honestly don't know. Honestly, I one thing I was always very impressed. I was like, wow, actually the audience are actually quite talented.
Yeah. I think at the time also the set list that he picked also was right. It was the just nice, the amount of hits he picked. So he first song he did was Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean no duh.
Yeah, to get the ball rolling. Wow.
Yeah. Somehow it's start off with a ballad, then dun 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 dun. Then you can hear everyone whoa. Wow. Yeah. Then after that he did Radio Gaga. So he went to a more fun stuff. Then after that he did Hammer to Fall. So it's 2 more fun songs. Then Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Yeah. Then of course he ended off with the 2 power, the 2 songs that probably would really rock a stadium.
Yeah.
It's We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions.
Oh my gosh, wow, I can't imagine the stadium, right? And especially for that song, right? In a live concert, right? To feel everybody around you doing the same thing, right? Wow.
Yeah, bro. Especially when you see the clips of when they do Radio Gaga or this all they hear is. Then you can hear the whole
wow. It's great. Actually, that's a very good one. Oh, that's really very good.
Yeah, I mean the two events, right, that I thought of is this one. So it's this one and U2. But I also understand you also went to the U2 concert. It's a bit different because now they're already old already, right? So they But if you watch them in their prime also, it was insane.
It'll be insane. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, insane, right? Especially if you watch them maybe in Ireland or whatever. But I think for me, to go and be able to see Freddie, because you must also consider the fact this was his last performance ever.
Yes. After that, he didn't make it. He didn't make it after that.
Yeah. So for that reason, it's wow. Can you imagine if you're one of those people that got to witness that?
That performance, right? Yeah. The last and the biggest and the huge and the craziest performance of his life. That wow, to make it there, it's honestly that crazy.
Yeah.
And, like I said, especially now it's on, like you can see watch the whole entire performance on YouTube, right? Wow, you can hear the audience, like the singing. You can it just gets your heart, like it gets your heart going, like everybody in sync. Like when everybody's participating. Honestly, it's just like wow.
Yeah, bro. And then it's like you just see like so many people. It's like ants, right? But then you can see like the people all the way in the back, right? As compared to they're just like all as involved from the thing.
Yeah.
Very rare moment in history where you see like wow, like that type of extent. And it wasn't like people mosh pitting this type of like that type of crazy thing. It was just like people just enjoying the performance and the music. Yeah. Easy for me. Yeah. That was like the first one that I thought of. All right, Brandon, the keys go back to you. All right, now we get to go and see a moment in history. So, Brandon, where are we going to?
The moment in history. Honestly, right? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know whether to satisfy my curiosity. Is it satisfy my curiosity or like to go back like for like to a fun time, like a fun to watch time.
Okay. I get what I mean. It's like, do you want to experience something or do you want to like figure out something?
Yes. Yeah. Cause like okay.
What are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning towards I think I'm leaning more towards a more like experience,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let me. Okay. Honestly, I think this is it, So I think especially if you went to Italy, right, to Rome, right?
Oh, okay.
To the Colosseums. So after watching the Gladiator, the movie, right, I've always wanted, right, to literally watch and that's where wrestling comes from and UFC comes from. It's watching people fight to the death,
So slight difference though.
Yeah. At that point of time, you watch people really die. Like fighting to die, and then but the thing is, that would be quite crazy. Like to experience that, to like see like literally people fighting to death, in old times, of course, not now when it's breaking. I would want to experience that now. If you tell me there's this underground like fight club where people really die there, I'm like, oh no. But back then, to go back to the past where these people are already, not like they already passed on already. They irregardless, this is the king's rule. Nobody can go against this kind of like this is can go against this. This is like you're just part of the process. Yeah. Wow, to watch them fight with each other. Whoa.
Yeah, be insane. But do you understand how like the ranking system works in the Colosseum? So it's like basically all of them, they all start off as slaves. Like if you watch the show Spartacus. Yeah. So I can imagine, right, if you go and witness one of those warriors that is like unbeaten for like 20, 30 years this type, it's like really like, wow, for 20 or 30 years, like no one can beat you in the Colosseum, man. How great you are at like sword fighting or like, battle warfare.
Battle warfare, killing people basically.
Yeah, man. Wow. Plus, I would imagine, right? Have you been to Rome itself? Like the yeah. So when you stand in the Colosseum, have you been to the Colosseum?
Yeah, I've been to the Colosseum. Okay.
So when you look at it, like, do you feel like, wow, like, can you see it? Is it too big?
I said you can.
Very hard to see or what?
No, it's not even that. It's not even too big. It's like, it depends, but let's say they are right in the middle, right? You can still see, and you can see like the amount of because I guess it's not like now. Indoor stadium is like wow, like 50,000. Like if you're all the way at the top, you can't see anything at the bottom. But
you see like small,
yeah, small. But all this is you confirm can still see, like you confirm can still see like the movement, the fight. If one person dies, one person gets his head chopped off, you confirm can still see. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Plus, I always can imagine, right, like the sound of the swords hitting, or like the chong chong, like that, or like or the zhuang.
And especially if you're watching like the champion, then everybody chanting the champion's name, like Maximus.
Yeah. Plus, also, I've always been very curious. Like, how do they stage the wars? Right, similar to Gladiator, where it's like there's some there's one-on-one fight. Some of it is like maybe like 10 fight 20, or like
or to fight like I believe last time they have like they fight the lions or they fight
the tiger.
Yeah.
Or the carriage also. That's a great movie, man. Gladiator.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good pick, man. I was like thinking like something similar to that. Wow. Interesting. Well, can I ask out of curiosity, what was your other?
My other one was just a very existential.
Something you want to know lah.
Yeah, it's just basically, I want to go back to the very first, like man and woman. All the way back there. To know, like, are they really Adam and Eve? Or like, are they really, like, how do they, or like, where did we come from? That kind of thing. Like the dinosaurs, like how did we move on from, like, yeah.
Okay, but I think for us, right, we're doing this sort of like as a fly on the wall, right? I don't want to be like a participant.
yeah. Fly on the wall. I don't go back and suddenly there's like a T-Rex there. I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're in Jurassic Park. Don't move.
Just like then all of a sudden, like what, a pterodactyl just
just like, oh, man, help me!
Bring on!
Let's go, take me back!
Wow, I cannot say. Yeah, that's a great thing. But I also understand. I mean, like if you to go back and see the Adam and Eve time, also, I'll be like, oh, like how,
like how do you everything happen?
Yeah, but for me, throw me back the keys first. Throw me back.
Yeah.
Oops. All right. So for me, right, mine is similar to the brain thing, like the you want to find out something, because there's always been something that I always wanted to go and witness. There are two things that I wanted to witness. I will say the one that I'm not going to pick first, which is that I think for any sort of a Christian person, right, if you can see how the tomb was moved, or like, yeah. So I also can imagine if you're like the guard that's on duty.
Yes. You see that?
Yeah, there's one thing. But for me, right, it's also similar to that context. But have you heard of this thing called the Council of Nicaea? Do you know what is it about?
The Council of Nicaea, no.
Okay, so basically, right, I explain the context of it first. So, prior to 313 AD, right, Christianity was not allowed legally to be practiced, lah. So, it was only after 313 AD, right, that the Emperor Constantine, he allowed, Christianity to be practiced religiously, lah. So, not Keanu Reeves, the Emperor.
Yeah. I was thinking, Constantine? John Constantine?
Yeah, so initially, right, what happened was that Constantine, when he allowed Christianity to be practiced, right, there were like so many segregations of Christianity, right, that they all cannot figure out like what is the appropriate sort of way to go and discuss Christianity. So they end up like all arguing with each other. So this Constantine right here is like, okay, I'm going to hold this council, and then everyone, all the delegations, right, 1,800 of you all over the earth, right? You're going to come here and then we're all going to decide, right, what is going to be like in the Bible.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. So it's always been very, very fascinating for me, because what I understand when I read through the history of it, right, they spend like super long debating okay, we should put this in the Bible, what should we not put in, what should we put out, yeah. And then they said it was very crazy, yeah, it was really very just everyone no, say, yeah. So something I always wondered, right, is if I would go there, right, so what did they not put in, you know what I mean, so what did they leave out? Or maybe what did they feel was essential to put in instead of this? Or which one did they debate which one they want to put in or which one they don't want to put in? Yeah. But also from what I understand, right, the context of it all, they did not talk about canon of the Bible. So they did not debate is this book real, this book real. They just debate what to put in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then in the end also, I think the Bible, is the most widely distributed book in the world.
Yeah. It's a top seller.
And it's the most read. Yeah, the most read book. Yeah. And so it's something that I always felt very curious. So what did they not put in? What did they? You know what I mean? Can you imagine you want to go and see?
How do you decide? Is it like a vote? Okay, a majority we don't put this in. Anyway, John also don't know what I was writing. There was no ending to this.
How come Paul got so many books?
It's too long. It's really too long.
Yeah.
What does job only have?
Someone will be like the guy that was like very insistent. Leviticus, right? I tell you, Leviticus must be in the Bible. It must be inside.
Yeah.
No questions. Yeah, the historical context of it. But if you just look at Leviticus, you're just like, oh, the son of this, the son of this.
Yeah, the son of this. Why are we putting this here?
Yeah. There's something that I've always been like very curious, especially the part that fascinates me is like the what was left out lah. So it's always been something I've been like, oh, so like what? I mean, there's always been like I wouldn't say conspiracies. There's always been like words or like sayings that this was left out or this was left out. Yeah. So there was like I guess as a Christian person, like this is one of the things I always very curious. If I were to talk about like non-Christian topics, right? If I could witness anything in history, right, I just want to see how on earth these 300 like the. How did they defend that like the barrel hole like into the lah? If you watch the movie, then you'll know.
Oh yes. Yeah.
300.
Sparta.
Yeah. Somehow when I was reading up about that, the 300, apparently they like he didn't pick the best warriors. He picked the warriors where the wives are the most like capable instead.
Oh.
Yeah, because he says that if I take these 300 men, right, I need those 300 women to lead the. Lead the different mindset. Yeah, Gerard Butler. All right, Brandon, the keys go back to you. All right. Bad catch. All right, where are we going to visit your personal history? Like, what would be like a memory you want to go and revisit?
Oh, a memory. A memory? Honestly,
anything.
Yeah. Like I'm struggling. I don't know. Say I'm struggling. Like honestly, there's a.
You're going to see the birth of your son. The
birth of my son, because it's relatively recent, so it's very prominent in my mind. So it's like I would love to relive that, but the thing is like I can still remember it. So it's like very like clear to me.
Okay.
My marriage also my wedding was quite nice, but then like it's still also quite clear to me.
Quite prominent to you.
Prominent, yeah. Honestly, there's two things. Like, honestly, right, there a moment that I would love to relive, right? It's like especially now because it's been a while since I traveled, because Bradley is with me, right? So like one of them is like just now I said that I went for like my honeymoon, and I was in Rome, but my to relive back to go back to my honeymoon, right, and to relive that my honeymoon was 35 days, so it's like to one of those 35 days. Like honestly, my favorite was Lake Como. Wow, my gosh!
Wow, bro!
To relive my life in Lake Como. That one day there, like, oh my gosh! From like the start of the day, you take a boat ride out. Then after that, you have dinner back in the. Oh my gosh! Lake Como is really it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and then somehow it's like just ideal place for like romantic time.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
correct. It's like you don't really have like. You don't really need an itinerary. Like sometimes when you travel, sometimes the thing is that you have too much of the itineraries, or there are too many things to do. Then it's like you're like, oh my gosh, there's too many things to do. But then it's too scenic. There's like you're out in the wilderness, but then there's no like town for you to buy stuff in, and like it's like you have to like slog it out. You're not staying in a very nice place. But I feel like Lake Como has such a great balance. It's like the Airbnb is so beautiful. Like you have like a fireplace. You look like a 5-star hotel, but then it's like a nice little home for you. It's like it feels like it's like you're moving into like a nice like small home there in Lake Como, where your view is of the lake. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Somehow it's like I can imagine it'll be a core memory moment for you.
Yeah.
So something like it's like you will remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, correct. And the fact that everything, the entire experience was like lovely, because the thing is like the Airbnb host and the hostess was like they're very, very nice. Like it was they were the only couple. The man was the only man, right, that kissed both our cheek when we said bye. It's like sure that way everybody's like handshake, but this is the first time that one of the Italians they're like. And we were like, oh, okay. Grazie.
Grazie.
But then, so And they had a very nice backyard where we cooked like pasta on our own. Then we went to the backyard, and then the backyard was like overlooking Lake Como. It was just like, wow.
Wow, super nice.
Hard drive.
Yeah, one day, man. I want to go also. Yeah. For me, the ideal holiday is like not go and shop type. It's like they really just go and like that's it. Enjoy yourself for this one. Wow. One day. One day.
Go. Especially Italy. I feel like Italy has a very great balance of like, because I understand, like to girls and to my wife, it's like shopping is like one of like the
it's part of it lah.
It's part of it lah. It's like enjoy. It's like if you the entire holiday got no shopping, then it'll be very it's like something missing. So I understand. So in Italy, there's a lot of shops of shopping.
Bro,
yeah,
can imagine. Somehow it's like I mean, because we have expensive stuff here in Singapore. When you go there, it's of course like marginally cheaper. Significantly cheaper.
Yeah. So they will go crazy lah. Yeah, but honestly, it was it's like the best. It was the best moments. Wow, in like I would love to relive those moments.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Right. Give back the key. Come on, throw it back. I think that's quite a good edit. Like. That one not too bad. Alright, for myself, right, I think I will, if you were to ask me what's the happiest moment in my life ever, right? Like moment, not like is whatever. I gotta give the context of the whole story first. Okay, so I was, if you all know, right, in my army time, I was a turret mechanic. So, right, I did not want to go for this exercise trip, which was to go to Australia. Okay.
Wallaby!
Yeah. So, all my friends, right, we were all supposed to go to Germany together. But I had this army regular, right, that just signed on, and me and him became very close lah. Yeah, so he was saying like, hey bro, I need you to go to Australia with me. Because legit, right, if you don't go, this other soldier gotta go, and this soldier sucks. Like, he told me that. He just told me like that. So he begged me for like a few weeks, and I was like, okay lah, I'll go with you. Then I didn't know like exactly what I signed up for, right? When I went to Australia, it was like 6 months. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And that place is boring as like crazy.
Yeah, okay. Let me explain to you how brutal it is, like, in terms of you just going there. Okay, so first off, there's no internet at all. Like you gotta go like maybe travel like super deep, right? Then your phone will have like a bit of 4G. So during that time, right, I really couldn't contact my wife. Like my at the time my girlfriend, but now my wife. I couldn't text her. Her birthday also, I really didn't get a chance to go and communicate with her properly. I only got to like wish her in the morning, wish her at night. And we slept on like those, the tentage things, you know, like the
safari beds. The
safari bed, right? I slept on that shit for 6 months. Oh. There was no, if you ever been to Wallaby, right? And then you use the showering system. It's like you have to fill the bag itself with hot water from a tap. Then you have to go and mariki taya up to the thing so I did that shit for 6 months, man. So 6 months of pain, all this, right? And then on it was like the last week I did not tell my wife that I was coming back. Because during that time, right, we were like, she was she just said like, oh, it's still how long left? And I said, oh, it's like 1 month left. But I didn't tell her that I was coming back, like in a few days lah. So when I reached Singapore, right, after that torturous 6 months, I didn't tell her that I was coming back. So I reached home at about maybe 2 a.m. Yeah, so 2 a.m. I took Grab back. I also didn't tell my parents because my parents at the time, they were at Vietnam for holiday. At the time also, I was staying at a condominium. My my girlfriend is also staying in the same condominium.
Same condo, yeah.
Yeah. So when I reached home, I put all my things down. Then after I went to her condo lobby. And then after I called her on the phone. And then she was like, huh, why are you calling me? So like, you got internet there? That's why you can call me now? Or like that kind of thing. Yeah. Then after she was asking, then I was saying like, do you know when I said that I was coming back 1 month later? Then she said, yeah. Then I was like, actually, I'm here already, no? Then after she was like, huh? Oh, you're in Singapore? Then I said, yeah, I'm actually downstairs. Then she, oh my God. Don't bluff lah. Then you know those condo gates, right? You can see the camera of the thing like you can see the down floor of the thing. So she was saying like, you go and see the camera lah. So I go and click the thing. Then she saw, oh my God. Then we climb out, right? It's the first time, right, when I saw my my girlfriend at the time, my wife now. It's the first time I cry out of happiness. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Very rare.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, I don't know how that feels. Like, you know when you cry literally like for like tears of like relief, joy, and like it's because you're too overwhelmed with happiness, right?
Yeah. It was is the happiest moment I ever had in my life. Like, honestly, I can say the moment where I hugged my wife,
Girlfriend,
like
future wife.
Yeah. And then also it's like she also cried out of happiness. Then it was just an unexplainable thing. And at the time also I didn't eat a lot in Wallaby, so I really shrank. Like, I really shrank a lot lah. Cause I was like, I can't eat the food here. It sucks. Like, then she's like, oh my god, yeah, you have no hair and you're so skinny. But then yeah lah. Then it only took her about 2 days later to start scolding me again. But I will always remember. If you ask me to revisit, right, it'll be that moment in time where I hug my wife. Yeah, so it always be something that I will.
Yeah, I remember it. Sorry, I remember that at that moment. Wow, yeah, you said when they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, it's really true.
yeah. And then also, like, because I've been in Philippines for like long periods of time, that I come back or whatever, right? But it's never the same as compared to that one moment where I surprised her. Yeah,
correct. Wow.
If I could relive that moment again. Yeah. Not the 6 months.
No 6 months. Skip the 6 months. Just go back to the but it's like I said, like, but it's because of but it's true like end of the day, it's because of that 6 months that made that.
Yeah, it's because you endured the 6 months.
Yes, yeah. Correct. Like, without the 6 months, that one moment it wouldn't be as impactful. Yeah.
And then I can remember, right, not only that, like the moment I went back home and then I showered. lie
down on your bed. She's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think right, honestly, right, when I went to sleep, I think I woke up like a good 20 hours later. No?
Just let me stay here for a while longer.
Yeah. And then also, like, to end it off, because of that time, I only had like maybe 3 months left in the army. Then I had so many days off, so I cleared my off. And then my last month, I went to Germany. Like, I did get to go to Germany. So in the end, also, it was like I get to experience two cool things. Yeah. All right. Now let's go back home. Let's go. All right, that was our time travel episode. We have arrived back home safely. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember, give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have episodes that drops every Monday. But at the same time, also, if you're into football, we have the Football Kaki that drops every Wednesday. And also, if you want to hang out with a couple of bros here to go and do a draft show, we have the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. We hope everyone is safe from time travel. But remember,
a kopi a day keeps your troubles away. Oh my god, bro! Oh, right. I left my wallet in Rome. Rome.
We can't go back anymore. Yeah, let's go. Okay, bye, bro. See you. Sure. Yeah, buy you a new wallet. Bye.